In Turkey, when greeting somebody, the custom is typically to just give them a handshake if you're meeting them for the first time. If it's someone who's close to you or someone like a family member or a friend that you know, when it comes to greeting them, what's very typical here in Turkey is to give them a kiss on both cheeks. That's common for a female and a male greeting each other, two females and two men even. Two men, sometimes you won't see the kiss as often. Sometimes you'll see them gesture for the kiss and just show the movement from one side of the head to the other. Won't actually be touching faces. Another important thing is when you're meeting somebody older, it's very common to hold their hand, give them a kiss on the top of their hand, and hold it to your forehead. That's a major sign of respect to the elderly here in Turkey.
Okay, James, what is something that we do in America that would be offensive to do in a Nigerian culture?
One thing that we do in America that is highly offensive in the Nigerian culture is to hand people things with your left hand. In Nigerian cultures, that's thought to be like the devil's hand. It's bad. You know, if you're handing somebody something, you always use your right hand. If you use your left hand, they either won't take it or they're like punish you or slap you or something. But it's really bad to use your left hand in African cultures.
What is an appropriate topic of conversation?
An appropriate topic of conversation would be anything that's like religious space, but only like Christian religion or the religion of everybody in the house. Nigerians are always very opinionated, so you don't want to bring up anything like politics or anything that's going to set somebody off in a way that's going to polarize the conversation, kind of, you know. Nigerians, I wouldn't say they're very open minded, so then that means you can't really major in things that are really big money making. So that means no art, no history. You're not really going to major in like English unless they want you to major in like biology. They want you to be a doctor. They want you to be an engineer. They want you to be a physicist. They're not really looking for like artists or anything like that.
How do people greet each other in Nigeria?
Well, as far as my family goes, whenever I see my aunts or uncles, it's mandatory that you go to them, you give them a hug, you say, "Oh," you let them look at you and say, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time." You know, you get really close and you show love and affection, of course. But there are some cultures where I know that when you see your elders, you bow and you do all this extra stuff. Like I don't do that in my culture, but I have heard that there are definitely Nigerian cultures that are very big on showing high respect for especially your elders.
Howdy guys, my name is Eduardo Arroyo and I'm from Mexico, and today we will be discussing the way people make business in Mexico, and two important factors to consider. The first one is that in Mexico, before conducting business, we actually like to meet and the person that we're doing business with, maybe have a conversation, a cup of coffee, and as to personal space, it's very limited. You can greet a person with a hug or a kiss, and that is basically how you the ways you can conduct business in Mexico.
Mr. Arroyo. Oh. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, let's sit right at this, man. Hey, all right. So we have this new project. It's going great. Just need to sign here, man. It's going really well.
Man, I would like to have a conversation with you, like actually get to meet you first, you know?
I don't understand.
Oh my gosh, that was bad. But let's see how Blake does.
What's that? Doing good. How about yourself?
So how's the family? Family's doing great. How's yours?
Doing good. How's the daughter's wedding?
It was expensive, but it turned out great. Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
How's the project going on?
All right, well, let me tell you a little bit about it.